not a lot of people in the corporate media are talking about this, but House Republicans have just filed a brief with the Supreme Court to end the pre-existing conditions clause of the ACA. And this comes as Donnie Tiny Hands has gutted the ACA through executive orders. And they said they wouldn't touch this provision, but they did. And you can't trust the establishment. You can't see what I've learned is you can't trust anybody in the establishment. Earlier we did a video about Ro Khanna, faux-aggressive Ro Khanna, and how he's a big establishment hack. You can't even trust some people in Justice Democrats, like Ro Khanna. Turns out he's a big hack. He's a big corporate hack. But this what's it called? This pre-existing healthcare conditions, if they do away with that, they're going to do away with the whole ACA, and that's going to hurt a lot of people. And quite frankly, what we really need is single-payer universal healthcare system, kind of like a Medicare for all system. We're one of the only wealthy countries without that sort of system. And I know I'd personally benefit from single payer for all. And I know a lot of other folks out there would too. A lot of us are one big debacle away from medical bankruptcy. Knock on wood. There's wood to knock on. Knock on wood. Trust me, I knocked on wood. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen, right? But this is a big debacle. Acne is one of the things included as a pre-existing healthcare condition. And when I was a kid, I had a lot of acne. So, yeah, that's... These health insurance companies, they'll do anything to weasel money out of you. They'll do anything to get money out of you. They'll even make you go bankrupt. Isn't that despicable? Healthcare should be a right for all. Healthcare should not be monetized. You should not be allowed to make profit off of healthcare. This is why we need a single healthcare, Medicare for all type system. This is what we need. But again, Big Pharma buys the politicians and they don't listen. So what you need to do is vote for progressive politicians that support Medicare for all and are endorsed by the DSA, Our Revolution, and to a certain extent Justice Democrats, even though they have Beto O'Rourke, who's a total hillbot, and Ro Khanna, who's kind of being exposed as a faux-aggressive now. But you need to vote progressives into office that are going to change this and give us single-payer health care. Like I said, a lot of folks rely on the ACA, and the ACA is just a neoliberal half measure. It was actually originally a plan from the Heritage Foundation, which is a far right-wing think tank located in D.C., right? So we need a real progressive leadership in Congress, and we need to get single payer for all. We need to get universal health care for all. This is something that the corporate media is not covering a lot. They just cover Donnie Tiny Hands theatrics, which, again, his theatrics, he's no different than Bush or Obama in a lot of ways. But, you know, the establishment media is the establishment media. They're inherently living in a bubble. They're inherently blind to reality. Not that anyone knows all the answers, but they're inherently blind to reality, and they're not covering this debacle with the ACA and the fact that Republicans don't give a rip about ordinary people like you and me. So get the word out there, and let's vote some progressives into office and get single-payer health care. That is all for now, folks, and I am out here.